All right, good evening, everyone. We're just setting up the system. We we're going live on YouTube, and we are expecting some persons to join us. So if you're just coming in, please exercise patience as we wait for some people to join us. Please make sure you have your earphones on so that you can easily hear me. Make sure you have your earphones on. Also, make sure that you are on mute so that the sound of your video or environment will not disturb what we are doing. We're going live on YouTube. For the people who might not be able to participate in the Zoom interaction class, please, if you can hear me, I would like you to wave your hand to the screen.
Stop your videos. She said raise your hand. No, don't wave it like that. Yeah. No, I know how to do it, but I don't understand. I don't understand how
We
this
can
was.
hear you. Mute your video. We can hear you.
I don't understand this one.
Whatever you are saying, we can hear it. So make sure you mute before you talk.
They have muted you. They have muted you. Okay.
For those who can hear me, if anything happens to your network or anything happens to my network, you can simply go back to the link and reconnect. You can simply go back to the link and reconnect. Let's say you got a call or something happened to my network and you're unable to hear me for one reason or the other. You can simply reconnect. Hopefully, the room will not be filled up by then.
Well, in case you can't hear them.
Some people are still joining us. Yeah, Excel. That's the fear of reconnecting. Yeah, there's little we can do about that. But let's hope it doesn't go that way today
To see
for
the
some of us.
it looks like this one. You see the other participants. And then if you're having trouble and you can't speak, if you can't speak, you go to here. And then you tell somebody
We
about
can hear you. If you're on the video, please mute.
Mute yourself. Google. Press that microphone.
Okay, I think we'll finally solve the mute problem.
Let me take it.
All right, if you can hear me, please wave to the screen of your phone or your laptop. Let me be sure you can hear me. All right. Mr. Idu, is that a mister? Okay, you can hear me. Some other persons are not waving to their screen, so I don't know if they can hear me. Okay, I can see Ugo. Ugo is waving. Oyembi Pay is waving. Yes, Tinanya is waving. Who else? Okay, okay. Very nice. Very nice. We're also live on YouTube. We're also live on YouTube. I am so excited to finally have this class with you. In the next, let's say in the next 3 minutes or so, we will go right into what we have. Let's just wait for one or two persons and also for the technical team to finish up with the YouTube setup and all that. Where is Excel? I can't seem to find Excel. Excel, can you wave? Can you wave? I'm not sure I can see any Excel here. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the public speaking class. Welcome to the public speaking school. We have been training people online for the past 2 months. Since the coronavirus started, we have taken it upon ourselves to take our trainings online. And we noticed that some people are not yet very familiar with the likes of Zoom and all of that. And so one of the things we hope to achieve with this training is to make you understand that Zoom might actually be an alternative for your coaching program. Because some of you, for one reason or the other, you might not be able to attend our physical meetings. As at now, we have only 3 locations in Nigeria. One is in Abuja, one is in Lagos, and one is in Oka, Anambra State. So, and these locations are not places that are close to some of us or many of us, depending on which part of the country you're living in. So you can actually have your training experience or your coaching experience from a Zoom program in the comfort of your house or in the comfort of your offices, just like we're doing right now. So this program is going to help you experience that for yourself, and hopefully it will become something you will embrace in the future. Okay, so we are going to be starting our class anytime soon. Some people are still joining. Some people are saying they cannot see our face or they cannot see the link or things like that. So I am sending some messages to people who are in our groups. So please bear with us just for a couple of minutes. We're going to be starting. All right. So if you can see me and you are excited to be in this class, can I see you wave at the screen? Let me know the number of persons who can hear me. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, there are people I cannot see their face because they remove their face from the video, but it's fine. So whether or not you want us to see your face, that's totally your decision. But when I start my class and you're going to be asking me a question, please make sure I can see your face because I can't really relate if I can't see your face. All right, just for this class. Just for this class. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. We are going to be starting this class officially. So, for the people who have not yet joined us, maybe when they join, they will get to participate from wherever they are coming from. But right now, we're going to be starting because of our time. We have so much to learn today, and we need to run. Okay, so I have made the announcement. If there is going to be any distraction, please remove it, because when you are distracted, I wouldn't know. Okay, I wouldn't know that you are distracted. I will continue with the class. So if you are expecting some calls, make sure you inform them to hold on for just a couple of minutes. And if you're where your kids are or you're somewhere, just make sure you remove all the distractions so that you can pay attention, because I wouldn't know that you are distracted, and I will continue the class until the end. So do your best to make sure you're not distracted. Get a notebook so that you can take down notes. I cannot guarantee you that you can remember everything I talked about. So I will appreciate if you get something that you will use to write down the points for yourselves and take note of everything. If there is a question that pops up in your mind, write it down as well, so that at the end of the program, if I didn't answer the questions, you can also get in touch and ask your questions and get your answers. Okay, so make sure you also have your earphones so that you can hear me very clearly. The earphone helps you to hear very clearly. But if you don't have anyone, it's fine. You can just pay attention the little you can. Okay, I'll be going right into my slide, and the class is starting now, 6:14. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how you can hone your public speaking skills for both personal and professional success. And why this is important is because a lot of people are yet to understand the essence and the power that is embedded in their communication skills, in the ability to speak and carry the audience along. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how public speaking has changed the lives of many people, how it has changed the careers of many people, and how it has transformed the personal brands of many people. And not just how it has done that for other people, but how it can also do it for you. I will share how it has done it for my personal brand and for my business, maybe my other businesses. But then I will also talk about how you can tap into the power of public speaking and use it to build yourself for personal and professional success. So this is something you really want to make sure that you are following the conversation. You need to pay attention to everything I say, and you need to take notes. Now, for those of you who have never met me and may not even know who I am, my name is Stephen Michael. I am the public speaking and presentation coach. I am also a sales and business presentation coach. Now, some people might not know the difference. In public speaking, we basically teach you how to speak, how to carry yourself, and how to present yourself when you have a presentation to make. How do you go about it? Public speaking is essentially how you can influence people using the instrument of words. So words becomes the instrument through which you influence people and through which you guide people to achieve a particular aim. However, when it comes to business, we start talking about presentation and sales skills. Sales is the ability to get people to buy into your business projects or to accept your business proposals. So sales is very important for people who are into business. I have been opportune to work with people who are preparing maybe to go for a pitch for funding. There are so many tech entrepreneurs today that are going to pitch for funding, and there are some small business owners that are looking at having the stage for themselves so that they can pitch and get investors to put their money into their business ideas. Now, I also provide marketing and sales consulting for small business owners through our agency known as the Fodax Marketing Agency. So basically what we do is we help businesses to communicate in a way that gets them customers. There are so many things a lot of people don't know out there. And so the ones who are proud will say, well, don't worry about it. Customers will come when they will come. But the smart ones understand that the way you communicate determines how much influence you can have on people. So when it comes to marketing consulting, part of what we do is to help people to think through their marketing strategies so that they will come up with better ways of reaching people, attracting attention, and closing the sale. Now, enough about me. Why you may want to listen to me, for those of you who don't know me, okay? Why you may want to listen to this person that you are hearing right now. The number one reason is because I have had more than 8 years experience working with people and helping them to improve on their public speaking skills. I have had over 8 years professional experience working with individuals and companies and organizations and helping them to improve on their public speaking and communication skills. I have also lectured in some of the schools that you might be familiar with. One of those schools is Podium Dynamics in faraway Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. There is also Consult Dynamic. These are two different institutions. Consult Dynamic had their headquarters in Lagos. These are places I have lectured, basically teaching public speaking, leadership, and human relationship skills, because those are like my area of expertise. I am also the founder of the High Profile Speaker Circle. I am also the founder of the Fodax Training Academy, which is the public speaking school that has presence in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. I'm also the lead marketer at the Fodax Marketing Agency here in Lagos. And I also work mostly with people who value results. So this is very important for me to emphasize on it. I work with people who value results. I don't work with people who maybe believe they need a longer time to master the skill. And I don't work with people who believe in trying different things before they finally get to do the right thing. I work with executives that value their time and executives that value the quality of training that they receive. So when I work with these people, I basically help them to build up themselves so that they can communicate in a way that aligns with their personality and uniqueness. Another thing you must note is that I am not the English lecturer. We have a special English lecturer that handles that department, okay? And also, I don't teach people to change their temperament. I am not here to teach you how to talk like Obama or how to talk like me or how to talk like your favorite idol. That is not our goal. Our goal is to help you to communicate in a way that resonates with your personality, your beliefs, and your uniqueness, right? And I have also been hired by companies and by government organizations, some of which I've even worked with the Lagos State government when I was invited to train the directors of the Lagos State Ministry of Justice to facilitate or to coach and to provide training services for organizations and individuals. So these are people that I've worked with. And the point of this is just to make you understand, I am not a freelancer. Okay, I am not a freelancer. I don't talk about public speaking just for talking's sake. This is my business. This is what I do for a living. Okay, this is how I take care of my family. All right. So I am not some guy that read a blog and decided to go into public speaking. No. So if we are talking about something, it is very important. Some people said they can't hear me. Some people, they said they can't hear me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please wave to the screen.
Loud and clear.
Oh, so why can't some people hear me? Please, if you can't hear me, maybe it's your network, okay? Just refresh your network so that we can't stop the flow of the program. Let's continue from where we stopped. All right, so what is success? Because I'm talking about how you can hone your public speaking skills for personal success and professional success. Now, let us define what success is before some people will quote me out of context. Success simply means achieving your personal goals or desires. So I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what your desires are. For me, many years ago, my goal was to become an influential person. Okay. I wanted to have power. I wanted people to follow me. And I don't want to use force. I don't want to use violence. And somebody introduced me, first of all, to the ability to get people to do something using the power of auto-suggestion, which is a public speaking tool as well. And I tried it and it worked for me. And since that day, I picked interest. I wanted to learn more. And so the man told me, he said, if you want to learn more, you need to go deeply into public speaking and learn how to speak. You need to learn how to communicate your ideas. I remember one of my earliest mentors, he used to say to me, young man, if you want people to take you seriously, you've got to know how to communicate. If you can communicate effectively, you can win most people to your side. You can sell your ideas. You can raise money. You can build whatever you want to build because you have mastered one of the most important skills for survival in life. As far as my mentor was concerned, communication is one of the greatest powers. And he used to make references to people to me. He would ask me to look at the pastors in Nigeria and ask myself, what is the power that they have over their members? I know some people will say it's jazz. I know some people will say it is whatever they like to say. But at the end of it, it is because these men of God understand how to communicate in a way that moves people to believe and to accept and to take actions. So we might just quit hating and start learning from them. Success is achieving your personal goals and your personal desires. Whatever you desire in your career or whatever you desire in your field of study or field of pursuit, whatever you desire, by the time you achieve them, you are successful. We're not here to measure success by the amount of money you are making. What we are saying is whatever that desire is, that becomes your definition of success. So somebody asked me a couple of months ago, they said, what must we do for our survival? It was on a live broadcast. They said, what must we do? Looking at how the world is changing, the world of work is changing, different things are beginning to take a new shape, and there is a new generation or a new time that is emerging. They asked me, so what do we need to do for our survival? And I said, number one, you must become an asset. You must become an asset. You must become a valuable person that is capable of surviving in spite of your current organization. There are people that their value is tied to their organization. But if you are going to survive what is about to happen in Nigeria and other parts of the world, if you're going to survive, you must become an irreplaceable person. You must build up yourself and invest yourself in such a way that even if you leave your current company, other companies will come begging you to come and work for them. This is very critical. This is very crucial. So I must say it. The second thing I talked about is that you must gain skills with competitiveness, with global competitiveness. There are people in some businesses today that does not have a future. There are people in some businesses today that if they leave the states or the country where they are staying, the skills they have gathered from their businesses becomes useless. For you to survive in these hard times, you have to be somebody who have gained a skill that you can use in and outside your country, a skill you can use in and outside your job description. It is no longer enough to say you are an engineer and therefore you are limited to a particular way of working. What if a new job opportunity opens up for you? And that is why I will always recommend skills like public speaking, because public speaking is a global skill. Public speaking is one skill. You cannot tell me that there is a job that does not require public speaking skills, unless it's a job that does not require any form of communication. And I doubt if there is such a job. So when you look at it fundamentally, you need a skill that gives you advantage, not just in your country, but also outside your country and outside your immediate job environment. You need a skill that gives you a global competitiveness. And public speaking is one of those skills. Now, I want you to take note of this because this is very important. There are 6 dimensions of living, and these 6 dimensions of living affects our goal settings. In other words, we all set goals based on these 6 dimensions of living. So please, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are taking note of these 6 dimensions because they influence the totality of your goals. The first dimension is the spiritual dimension. Here is where we talk about your spirituality or your sense of consciousness, depending on who you are and how you decide to define yourself. And then we talk about your psychological dimension of living. This is where we talk about your mental health, your education, your brain, your mind. Some people will set goals based on their education or their mental health. And some people will set goals based on their spiritual development or their spiritual expression. While some people will set goals based on their physical dimensions. Here, we are talking about your physical fitness or your health. So if you are sick, you cannot operate, you cannot function effectively. And so some people have what they call physical goals for fitness or for health. For some other persons, it is emotional. In emotional, we're talking about your feelings and your heart. We're talking about how you feel. Some people have been negatively impacted by the recent pandemic. And so maybe right now you need some emotional goals. You need some place or some ways to take care of your feelings and your emotional health. So the next goal or the next dimension where people set goals is the economic dimension. This is where we talk about your career, we talk about your work, we talk about your business, we talk about your money. So this dimension is the dimension where we talk about your means of survival and livelihood. So some people want to advance in their career, some people want to make more money, some people want to create new jobs, and some people want to just build their businesses. Whatever your goal might be, it will fall under this. And then we have the social goals. This is where people want to make more friends, or they want to meet more friends, or they want to become better people in themselves so that they can build more sustainable relationships. So when you look at all of these 6 dimensions, you begin to see a reflection of your yearly goals. That is, if you are somebody that sets goals, you must have seen somewhere along the line, you have goals that fall under the spiritual or the psychological or the physical, the emotional, the economical, or the social. So I'm going to ask questions to the class to know those of us that have any physical goals. I would like you to wave to the screen if you have physical goals, goals for health and fitness. Let me see you wave to the screen. Okay. Few persons. Oh, that is not so good. Not so good. Okay. Those of us that have social goals, you want to make more friends, you want to meet more people, you want to expand your network. Can I see you wave your hand to the screen? Wow, a lot of people, a lot of people. Well, that is beautiful because network is very important today. Okay. Those of us that have economic goals, maybe you want to get a new job or you want to advance in your career or you want to build a new business or whatever you want to do to increase your money or to save yourself money. Can I see you wave to the screen? I assume everybody has a financial goal. Everybody wants money. Okay. So if that is the case, that means I'm talking to the right audience. We will continue with the class. So the question is public speaking really that important? Is public speaking skills really that important, or are we just overemphasizing on it? Well, take note. According to a new survey of nearly 1,000 employers who recruit on a business school campuses, communication skills top the list of skills and abilities employers look for in hiring business school graduates. Now, let me explain. When you have gone through business school, you have a business school, or whatever business school you go, employees are looking for you to hire. Your business school graduation certificate is not enough. It is not enough for their employment. They want something more than that. They want, the audio is breaking. They want something more than that. They want you to have acquired public speaking skills. Please, if you can hear me very well, wave to the screen. Some people are saying the audio is breaking. I'm not very sure. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Some people can hear me very clearly. All right. So it is not enough today to say you graduated from this department or you graduated from that department. When it comes to hiring key managers, when it comes to hiring competent people, one of the things that people look at is the individual's ability to have public conversations, to talk in the public and to convince people. In fact, as a matter of fact, it is only in Africa and other third world nations that somebody can emerge a president or a leader of a big institution without the capacity to speak. It is only in Africa and some other third world nations that somebody can occupy a political position without the ability to communicate in public. And that, you can see how much it has affected our country in general. You can see how much it has affected the quality of people we have in this country. So here are some of the jobs that I have seen today that are constantly looking for people who can speak in public. One of them is any job that requires some form of leadership, any job that requires some form of encouragement, any job that requires marketing, any job that requires consulting or consulting jobs itself. And this is my advice to those of you who are in different departments, especially those of you who are in accounting departments. So those of you working with banks, one of the best things you can do for yourself to secure your future is to go into consulting, to become so valuable that people are beginning to consult you on an individual basis so that you can build a brand as a consultant. And from there, you can launch out on your own, because there is a lot of downsizing going on right now in many banks and in many corporate organizations. You don't want to be a victim. You can build a profile in any of this field and excel from there. some of my students and clients in recent weeks have become people from the healthcare and pharmaceuticals. So we are seeing an increasing number of persons in the healthcare industry who are picking interest in learning how to communicate their ideas better. And we are seeing people in technology, the guys who are building mobile apps and all of that, because they have now understood the essence of being able to speak like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg and some other tech giants. They are beginning to pick interest in public speaking. We are seeing any industry that requires relating with people. We are seeing people from networking and affiliate marketing. The last 2 trainings I did for a group on WhatsApp, and I was paid for that, by the way. I did a training for them on public speaking, even though they were network marketers. I have also been hired to do a 2-month long training across the country. I traveled to Uyo, I traveled to Port Harcourt, I traveled to, sorry, who is tuning in? Please mute your audio so it doesn't disturb us. So I traveled to Uyo, I traveled to Port Harcourt, I traveled to Owerri, I traveled to Oka, I traveled to Onitsha, Asaba, and different other cities in the country, providing training for multi-level marketers on public speaking and marketing skills. And one of the things I noticed is that more and more people are picking interest because they are beginning to realize for the first time in their lives the essence of you being able to speak and convince people. If you have ideas, but you can't convince people, it often seems like you don't even have any bright ideas at all. So these are some other departments. Any job that requires presentation, any job that requires convincing, any job that requires you selling products and services, and non-profit organizations. Non-profit. So if you are listening to me right now and you have the dream or the vision of running an NGO, you're listening to me right now, you know that in the next 2 years, or in the next 5 years, or in the next 10 years, you're going to establish your own NGO. One of the greatest assets you will need is public speaking skills, because it is essential. Now, take note of this. On an individual level, speaking publicly is one of the most effective ways to develop your brand, to gain visibility, Sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry about that, please. I'm sorry about that. Are you with me? All right, so I said something on an individual level. Public speaking is one of the most effective ways to develop your brand, to gain visibility immediately, establish your credibility, and share your expertise with your target audience. Now, take note of this. If you want to gain visibility, in other words, you want people to know you, you want people to see you, you want people to resonate with your message or your personality or your uniqueness, public speaking is one of the most effective ways to gain visibility. Public speaking will also help you to establish credibility. What that means is people trust people they see and listen to. I'm telling you this from experience. The moment people listen to you and they love the way you talk or they love the way you communicate, there is a good chance, there is a high chance that they will love to do business with you, because people love people that educate them. People love people that make impact in their lives. So when you learn public speaking skills, you can use this skill to gain visibility, to establish credibility, and to share your expertise. Now, many of us here, you are running a business, or you are running an NGO, or you have one dream or the other, one thing or the other that you're doing. One of the best ways that you can share your expertise with the world is to use public speaking. By the time you start using public speaking as a tool, you will see how much influence you're going to have in the marketplace. And I'm going to give you examples of people in Africa who are currently doing what I'm asking you to do. But I want you to note this. Public speaking can help you to distinguish yourself from the competition out there. There are so many competition, there are so many noises out there. But the moment you start speaking in public, you distinguish yourself, because not many people can speak in public. How many of you agree with that? Let me see you wave to the screen. Let me see you wave to the screen. Not many people can speak in public. And it doesn't mean that they are not smart. It doesn't mean that they are not intelligent. It doesn't mean that they don't have something to say. I'm telling you, it will surprise you the caliber of people we work with. I have worked with lawyers with over 25 years experience as legal practitioners, and yet they still struggle with public speaking. Some of them can talk to you for 30 minutes and you can't remember what they talked about, because they talk as if they are speaking in foreign language. It becomes obvious that there is something missing, that this person has not yet learned how to communicate. Speaking and communicating is not the same. Talking and communicating is not the same. You can talk as a sanguine, as a talkative, you can talk for 2 hours and still not communicate. So by the time some of them realize this, they start coming, they start wishing to learn more. How do I simplify my ideas? How do I communicate with greater presence and power? How do I structure my ideas? How do I do this when the audience is doing that? And when we get into all of this, sometimes they pause and say, wow, is this all that people go through just to master the art of communication? I say, yes, it has never been easy for anyone. So let me give you examples of people who have done what I'm asking you to do before you think it's impossible. This is the richest man in Zimbabwe. His name is Strive Masiyiwa. Strive Masiyiwa is the richest man in Zimbabwe. And he is also the founder of Econet. And he had a brand, I think they've sold the company, it's called Kwesi. This man, he is a businessman. He's not a public speaker per se. He's a businessman. But he used public speaking to build people up and to attract attention to his business in such a way that I've never seen in Africa. I'll give you an assignment. Go and check it out. If you come to the entrepreneurship space in Nigeria, you will notice that most entrepreneurs in Nigeria, they quote Strive Masiyiwa more than they quote Dangote. They quote Strive Masiyiwa more than they quote Aliko Dangote. When Strive Masiyiwa is coming to Lagos, many entrepreneurs want to see him, not because of what he will give to them in terms of cash. They are not going there because they need his money or because they need his cash. They are going there because this man has influenced them and has impacted them positively through his messages. So you can be the richest man and nobody will feel loyal to you because you don't share. Strive Masiyiwa. Somebody said I should help with the name. Strive, S-T-R-I-V-E. Masiyiwa is M-A-S-I-V. No, S-M-A-S-I-Y-A. That's Strive Masiyiwa. You can just check him. He's popular. You can find him online. Now, I want to show you the second person so that you know that what I'm telling you is not a joke. It is happening and it is real. How many of us know this woman? Her name is Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah.
She is, yes, yes. She is the richest Black woman on earth. The richest black woman on earth. Oprah Winfrey is worth 2.6 billion US dollars. But what does she do? She anchors a talk show. Now, let me explain something to you. Oprah Winfrey used public speaking to build up her brand. However, Oprah Winfrey has gone into other businesses. So this is what I've been telling people in Nigeria. You don't have to be a motivational speaker, and you don't necessarily have to be a public speaker. You can use public speaking as a tool to draw people to your business. If you don't want to be a motivational speaker, fine. You can use public speaking to draw people to your business. You can use public speaking to build your brand and then venture into many other businesses. Because now you have the crowd, you have the trust of people, you have the love of people, and you can go into any business that you desire. The third person that I want to talk about today is Vusi Tembekwaya. He is one of the richest young men in South Africa. Now, this man, his business currently has presence in South Africa, in Kenya, in Uganda, and in Nigeria. And he is an investor. But guess what? He is one of the highest paid speakers in Africa. He is one of the highest paid speakers in Africa. So he makes a lot of money from public speaking, and he uses public speaking to promote his business. The last person I want to talk about today is our own Chimamanda Adichie. She might not be a millionaire or a billionaire, and that is not a problem. But she has also built a successful brand as a writer, as an accomplished African writer, by speaking on stage. You see, the moment you are given the privilege to stand in front of people and speak, you actually have the opportunity to shape people, and you have the opportunity to change people's lives and to carve your name in the soil of the earth. That is what Chimamanda has done. She can never be forgotten in the history of the world, not because she's the best writer, not because she's the wisest or the richest writer, but because she's constantly on stage talking about her beliefs. And guess what? She is the feminist icon in Nigeria and in Africa. And she has been representing her beliefs and speaking out. So it doesn't really matter what your topic is, or what your gender is, or what your business is. You can build up your success by simply leveraging the power of public speaking. Now, public speaking is one of the top 5 skills that companies need most. I'm going to say that again because this is really exciting. Public speaking is one of the top 5 skills that companies need most. In other words, public speaking is an essential skill. It is something that companies can no longer do without. Public speaking is also one of the top 3 skills that employers look for in their respective employees, especially when you are talking about leadership or managerial position. So what can make the difference whether you are going to step up in your company to a managerial position or to a leadership position will largely depend on your ability to speak. I have never seen any reasonable company that promoted somebody to a leadership position when they know that the person does not like to speak in front of people. Because how can you represent your company if you don't like to speak in front of people? That's to tell you how powerful. So now I want to guide you into the 7 personal or professional goals that public speaking can help you to achieve. But before I go into that, I want to make sure you are still following. Somebody said, what is his name? I mean, the highest paid public speaker in Africa. I'm not sure he is the highest paid, but he is one of the highest paid in Africa. His name is Vusi Tembekwaya. Don't ask me to spell that. Vusi is V-U-S-I. Just type it on Google, he will pop out. Type it on Google, he will pop out. He's quite popular. He's one of the respected authorities. I mean, even outside Africa, his thought is respected. Okay, so you can check him out. Now, I want to make sure that you are still following. I'm going to check up our online platforms, see if anybody is trying to draw my attention to something. If you have questions, whoa, some people are in the group and they are complaining about the sound. I don't know how to help them. All right, but if you can see me and you can hear me and you are following what I've been teaching so far, please wave to the screen so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Great. 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 All right. So we're going to continue. I just responded to some people who said they can't see me. I mean, I don't know what to do about that. There are 7 personal or professional goals that public speaking can help you achieve. Okay. This is so beautiful on different levels. Now, when you learn this, please try to put it to practice. I want to tell you that if you have these goals, public speaking can help you to achieve them. Public speaking can help you. Whoa, some people said they can't get into the group. Is that so? Let's just continue. 7 personal or professional goals that public speaking can help you to achieve. We're going to start now. Number 1, your leadership goals. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build an NGO, by the way, let me ask, let me know, do we have people watching me right now that are running NGOs? Does anybody here own an NGO or works with an NGO? Please wave your hand to the screen. Let me see. Nobody. Wow. Okay. All right, fine. But if you are hoping to work with an NGO or you are hoping to find or found an NGO in the future, please wave your hand. Let me see. Anybody? Great, great. Yes. So I'm talking to the right people as well. Now, I started my own NGO in the year 2010. I started my NGO in 2010. I handed over 4 years after then, I handed over to people. One of the things that helped me in my NGO is my ability to speak. I had no sponsor. I started from the very scratch. What I was doing is I hold seminars, people gather to the seminar, I teach, and after teaching, I will ask people that want to partner with me to sit back. They will sit back, I will not talk to them, share the vision with them, let them know what they stand to benefit if they decide to work with me and all of that. And by the end of the whole talk, some of them will join to become my team members. Then I will set up a training for my team members. I will start training them and guiding them and preparing them and giving them the platform for them to grow, for them to express themselves. That is how I did it in about a year. NGO grew. Set your vision. Leadership requires communication. Leadership is all about communicating your vision appropriately. Leadership requires communicating your vision in an inspiring way. You cannot inspire people to follow you if you don't know how to speak. And so what I did was basically I inspired people to follow me, even though I was not going to pay them. So if you want to be an influencer, or you want to be somebody that people like and people follow, or you want to be somebody that helps people, maybe you want to be a coach, a life coach, business coach, fashion coach, whatever coach, or you want to go into mentoring. I don't know how many of us here are currently mentoring people. Do I have mentors in this house? Wave to the screen. Great, great. Thank you so much for mentoring people. Thank you so much for helping people. Everybody should be involved in helping people instead of talking them down. So I really applaud you. Now, mentoring requires public speaking. Coaching requires public speaking. So anything that has to do with leadership. In fact, I studied a particular research done by a man called Matt Abraham. And Matt Abraham spent most part of his years trying to understand the qualities that makes effective leaders. So he went through different companies, corporate business organizations, trying to understand what makes somebody a leader in your organization. What qualities are you looking for in the person you call a leader? What qualities qualifies somebody to be a leader in top organizations? And at the end of the day, he summarized by saying that communication is one of the highest rated qualities that leaders must possess. Whether you are talking about religious leaders or, or business leaders, or you are talking about social leaders, or you are talking about leaders in different sectors, including political leaders, communication has always been the key for leadership influence. In fact, let me explain. Leadership is the bone, but communication is like the instrument. So communication is a leadership instrument because leadership requires constant communication. Leadership requires inspiration. Leadership requires motivation. You cannot do any of these if you don't possess the ability to speak and influence people. So whatever your leadership goals are, public speaking will help you to achieve it. And the next one, for people that have social and interpersonal relationship goals, you want to be able to relate better with people, or you want to improve your social skills, or you want to be able to relate more and build profitable relationships. For me, what changed it for me was learning public speaking, because in one of the exercises during my training, they asked us to go out and talk to people. And it was one of the most difficult things for me in my life, going out to talk to total strangers. I don't like it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like talking. I like to talk, but I'm not comfortable talking to total strangers. It makes me feel somehow. How can I strike up a conversation with you when I don't even know who you are? And what if you misinterpret me and all of that? But in that training, we were all forced to go and talk to people. And one of the things I learned is that it helped me to improve on my human relationship skills. Today, I can talk to anybody. I can network myself or network my way to any place because I have learned and I have mastered the skill. So if you want to improve your social skills or you want to boost your human relationship skills, then public speaking will greatly help you. And then this says, I want to be able to improve my sales skills. So this is for those of you who want to be able to pitch your ideas, or those of you who want to improve your ability to sell and close deals, or those of you who want to convince people to buy into your ideas or to buy into your project or to invest their money into your business. So let me know if I have people like that that are listening to me right now. Do I have entrepreneurs that are looking for funding, or business women that are looking to convince people through their videos? Do I have people there? Great, great. That is beautiful. So public speaking will help you to build on that skill and be able to pitch your idea. In fact, in our academy, we have a full course called Pitch, and the idea is to train people on how to sell their ideas in less than 10 minutes. It's an amazing program. Then education for people that want to become better teachers, or people that want to improve on their presentation skills, or people that want to improve on their coaching and mentoring skills. And then marketing. Some of us here are very brilliant, but nobody knows about you. You are so smart, so endowed, but you could barely express yourself. Now, if you want to be able to create awareness for your personal brand, or you want to be able to market your products and services anywhere you find yourself, or you want to be able to create deep hunger in people for the products and services that you are selling, then public speaking will help you. I am telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, public speaking is one of the best avenues through which I make sales. I just share information like I'm sharing with you free of charge. And if people are impressed, if they love what you're doing, of course, there is always those people who will never buy from you, even if you are selling long life and prosperity. There are people that will never buy from you, even if you are selling long life and prosperity. But there are people who are looking for somebody just like you. And so by the time you stand in front of them and you sell your business or sell your project, they will not hesitate to reach out to you. It has helped my business, and I'm confident that it can help your own business as well. Now, the last part, or the second to last part, is persuasion. If you want to increase your ability to change people, or to change people's perspective or belief about something, or you want people to accept your opinion without you having to force them, or you want to be more persuasive in a subtle way, or you want to become a motivational or inspirational speaker, public speaking program will help you to achieve that. Now, I want to know how many of us in the house want to become motivational speakers or inspirational speakers. Wave to the screen. Now, those of you that waved, your own journey is a long journey, okay? You have a lot to do, because to you, it might become a source of livelihood, just like me. So that means you're not going to learn just the basics. You need to go deeper, all right? So, but that is something that we can always talk about. But if you are here, you don't want to be a motivational speaker, you just want to use public speaking to build your business, it is not bad, it is okay, all right? And the last part is money. Money is very critical. Money is very important. So to some of us, you want to create extra stream of income, or you want to boost your earning capacity, or you want to start a side hustle or a side career, or you want to be paid for your knowledge. I consulted for a man. He has been working in the accounting department with some companies. He has more than 15 years experience as a chartered accountant. And I asked him, how much are you paid? He told me. I smiled. I said, did you know if you build yourself up and build your personal brand as a speaker and consultant, you can actually earn more than what they are paying you, and you can have freedom to live your life. You can live in any place you want to live in, and you will have more peace because you will never be afraid of somebody firing you. You will never have to worry about losing your job. And he didn't know that if you have 15 years experience as a chartered accountant, man, that is a lot. That is a lot of qualification to become a consultant and a speaker. So public speaking can bring you to a place where you can experience, growth in your finances as much as in your personal life. Now let us continue. Please bring out your notes and take note of the 5 steps you're going to take if you must hone your personal. You need to take note of what you need to do in order to hone your personal public speaking skills for personal success and for professional success as well. I want to share with you a couple of things you need to do in order to be able to hone your public speaking skills. Don't make noise. Don't make noise. I want to share a couple of things you need to do to hone your public speaking skills for personal and professional success. Now, the first thing you need to do is to get over your fears of public speaking, right? You have to get over your fears of public speaking. I cannot begin to tell you the number of people I've worked with that have been held back because of their fear of public speaking. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, the fear of public speaking is actually the number one problem that most people have. Some people are educated, some people are intelligent. I have met with very brilliant persons, but they cannot speak in public because they are afraid. So one of the first things you have to deal with, one of the first enemies you have to conquer is your fears of public speaking. It's also called glossophobia or stage fright. To some people, it is a form of social anxiety. Whatever the case might be, you need to conquer this fear. I had a training in Abuja, and some of the participants that came, one of the things they kept emphasizing on is that they are struggling with stage fright. Until you overcome stage fright, you really cannot become a good speaker, because fear will affect the way you communicate. Lack of self-confidence will affect the way you present yourself. And so when you cannot present yourself as somebody who is bold and confident, and when you are talking and your voice is not sound because you are struggling with fear, it actually affects you. So get over your fears of public speaking. Number two is to learn the basics of public speaking techniques. There are several techniques. In our academy, we have 24 techniques you have to learn, but there are basics that you need to do, like speech structure. You need to know how to structure a speech. You need to learn how to tell better stories. You need to learn how to engage your audience so that they won't be sleeping when you are talking. You need to learn how to deliver impromptu speeches, just in case you are invited to give a speech without prior preparation. You need to learn all these techniques and be able to use them. So learn the basics of public speaking. That is one of the things you need to do. And the third thing you need to do is to master your body language, also known as your non-verbal communication skills. Now, let me explain something. According to Professor Meribian, communication can be broken down into three. Out of that three, 7% is being driven by the content of your communication. So 70% is being driven by what you said. That is the verbal aspect of communication. However, 55% is being determined by your body language. In other words, your body language explains the meaning of your communication more than the content of your communication. I don't know if anybody is following this. Let me see your faces. Let me see your faces. Who is getting this? Your body language determines the message of your communication. It is not about what you said. It is about how you said it and your facial expression when you were saying it. There are things we call micro expressions. They are written over your face. If you are somebody that when you are saying one thing and your face is saying another thing, it can bring problem to you. And there are people that are like that naturally. There are people that their face does not ever align with what they are saying. So if you are that kind of person, you need to do something and you need to do it fast. Your body language is so crucial and so essential that it determines the meaning that people attach to your message. And guess what the remaining 38 is? The remaining 38 is what he referred to as your tonality. Now, your tonality refers to your use of voice. Were you vocal or were you mumbling? Were you clear or were you murmuring to yourself? That is the quality of your voice when you were speaking and the use of your voice, what we call in public speaking vocal variety. So if somebody says, please watch what I'm about to do right now. If somebody says, look, I will deal with you very seriously. And somebody says, I will deal with you very seriously. The meaning changes, even though the words are the same, but the body determines the meaning. The tonality determines the meaning. There is a difference between I love you and I love you. There's a difference between looking somebody in the eyes and telling them you love them and looking down and telling them you love them. In fact, when you go into our program, you begin to see that there is a way that people who are confident, there is a way they carry themselves. There's a way they sit. There is a way they talk. And you can begin to carry yourself that way if you want to command more respect at the workplace. In fact, we are also going to show you a particular study that revealed that sometimes why people respect men is not necessarily because they are men per se, but because of the way men behave sometimes. In other words, the way men carry themselves. The tone of voice they use speaks of somebody in authority. When some people, even though they are men, but their tone of voice lacks power, you will see that people still do not respect them and still do not follow them. So there are some things that are not necessarily gender driven. There are things that are psychological. I don't know if anybody is following. I don't know if anybody is following. Please wave to the screen.
We are following.
Yes.
I'm following.
When Nigeria elected,
We are following. Let's go there.
Thank you, thank you. When Nigeria elected President Buhari, it was not reasonable. You see, he brought the most important message that Nigerians were dying for at that time: change. Nigerians wanted change at all costs. And that was what we were sold to. We didn't know the full package. We didn't understand what we were buying. All we know is that we wanted change. And that was what we bought.
Totally agree with that.
It took us a couple of years to finally understand what we bought. So my point is, please put your phones on mute. My point is, the way you carry your body determines if people consider you believable or not. Whether people will believe you or they will not believe you will be determined by your body language. I wish I can show you, but it is not in my slide. I'll begin to show you the different body languages used by different people in different countries. It is not a coincidence. How come you can see Barack Obama, you can see President Trump, you can see all the big guys in different countries, they are using similar body language patterns, including people in Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya. How could the body language have been so consistent? So all of these things are very crucial. All of these things are very crucial. Let me tell you this. Simple smile. You know what a smile is. When somebody smiles at you, as simple as it is, it can win you so many favors in different places. But some people don't know. When you smile at people, sometimes you disarm them. They want to be angry with you, but their conscience will come against them. Why are you angry with somebody who is smiling at you? And so sometimes we meet with entrepreneurs who are very serious with life, and it takes us time to get them to smile. I know to some of you, smiling may come easy, but trust me, there are people that it takes the special grace of God for them to smile, especially when they are talking about something serious. They used to tell me, Dr. Mickey, I cannot smile. I said, sir, you have to smile. Oh. You have to smile. Unless you don't want to win, unless you don't want to make friends, unless you don't want the people by your side, you have to smile. Now let's continue the slide so that you can see other things before we come to close tonight. So master nonverbal communication. I cannot begin to explain this the way that I want, but I'm sure when you come into the program, you will see for yourself. The next thing is to get speaking experience. Please, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how long I coach you, no matter how much I coach you, if you don't stand in front of people and speak, you will never understand what we are talking about. I did a training in Lagos. I was training people on sales skills. That day, I talked about the power of touch. I was telling them that there is a way you touch somebody and you will disarm them. And so this man was just laughing somehow. He was smiling and laughing. So I called him. I said, Sion, why are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I didn't hear. Please repeat what you said last.
The line is breaking.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, all right, I'm back. So I told the young man, that there is a way you touch somebody and they'll be more receptive to what you are saying. And so he was laughing because he found it to be funny. And then when he went home, he said he tried it on somebody that he believed that this girl will never, ever pay attention to him. He touched her and he spoke to her. And to his utter surprise, she responded and gave him a friendly look and had a conversation with him for the first time. So he came back to the seminar the next day. Can you hear me?
Yes.
If you can hear me, wave to the screen. Wave to the screen.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Let me continue. So he came to the seminar the next day. Before we continue, he said, let me share my testimony. I said, what? He said, I tried that touching thing and it worked. I don't understand how it works, but it worked. I said, yes, it works. Some of the things that these 419 people do, it is not all of them that has a spiritual something attached to it. Some of them are simple psychology. That's what people call scam. The real scam is not using of any external force. It is simply somebody knowing how to confuse you with words and create a situation where you are doing whatever they ask you to do. So these things work, and we have seen it work. We have tried it in different places. Now, what brought me to that talk is getting speaking experience. Until you speak, you may never know if what I'm teaching you will work or if it will not work. And that is why in our academy, we create opportunity for our students to stand in front of the public and speak. We have opportunities for students to stand in front of people and speak so that they can get feedback from the audience and so that they also can have speaking experience. And I normally give assignments. I have clients, I have bankers, I have chartered accountants, I have politicians, I have lawyers. I give them assignments. I say, you have to do this assignment. You have to do it with your phone and you will send it to me. Some of them will say, I'm too busy. I say, sir, until you do it, we don't have anything to discuss, because this is public speaking. It is not public hearing. What you are hearing will not change you. What will change you is when you go and apply what I'm telling you. So that when you apply it, you can now ask me questions that are reasonable. You say, oh, I tried this, it didn't work. What did I do wrong? What did I miss? I communicated. Wave at the screen if you can hear me. Great. So get speaking experience. The next thing is to get a coach. There are 3 reasons why I encourage you to get a coach. Number 1 is because a coach must have been helping other people, so he or she can help you. Number 2 is because some of the advice that I'm giving on a general note may not apply to you. There is no one-size-fits-all strategy or medicine. Some people have unique experiences. There are people that their stage fright is as a result of experience they had growing up as a child. Some people were abused. Some people is as a result of lack of exposure. Some people is as a result of their temperament. Some people is as a result of some things that are personal or unique to them. So some people need to talk to somebody on a personal basis, on an individual basis, so that they can receive healing. I have had a client that after she gave birth to a child, after she delivered of a baby, she lost her self-confidence. It is very shocking. It was my first time of seeing such a case, but I knew her before that time. And after that time, I noticed her self-confidence dropped. And I began to ask myself, what happened? Could it be because of the experiences she went through during childbirth? The fact that she has a lot to worry about? All of these things have impact. But as Nigerians, we are very stubborn people. We'll tell you, don't worry, no shaking. I've been giving birth. I have 3 children. Is it this one? All of these things, they have effects. The current pandemic will have effect on so many people. So some people need a personal coach to look at them. The last reason why you need a personal coach is because your coach will hold you accountable. Some of you, it is not that you don't know what to do. It is that you don't have the discipline to do them. If you are one of those people, wave to the screen. Nobody will see you. Some people, you know what to do. For instance, you know that if you are learning 1 word every day for a whole year, you must have learned 365 words. It will change your life. But why are you not learning it? Because you don't have the discipline. You don't have the discipline. I personally have a coach. In fact, let me tell you this. Recently, my coach gave me an assignment to go and study some words, because she told me, she said, he told me, he said, there are some words you don't know how to pronounce. I said, yeah. He said, then go and learn it. So he pushed me, and I needed that push. Everybody needs somebody to hold them accountable. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. Everybody needs somebody to guide them. Everybody needs somebody to ask them, have you done what you're supposed to do? So that is why I recommend that if you can, get a coach. But if you can't, it is all right. There are other options available for you. So as I come to the conclusion, I want to remind you of the 4 or 5 things that I talked about. Number 1, get over your fears of public speaking. Before we talk about any other thing, get over it. Number 2, learn the basic public speaking techniques like speech structure, storytelling, audience engagement, audience analysis, impromptu speaking, and different things. Master your body language. Learn the body language of power, the body language of confidence, and the body language of leaders. You will need it when you launch out into the real world. Get speaking experience. If I give you assignment, do it. If I ask you to come and speak to a live audience, you will not believe this, but some of our students, they run away from the physical meeting. I worked with a woman from VI. I told her, come and speak in our program. She said, I will faint if I speak there. I said, no, man, you will not faint. But even if you faint, we will wake you up. We have students who are medical doctors. I will be there. If you faint, we'll wake you up. Today she spoke. I got water. I told some people, this woman have told me that she's going to faint. So everybody stay on alert. Just in case she faints, we have to be ready. And guess what? She did not faint. And like Nigerians will say, she did not die. Today, she is speaking. In fact, she is one of the speakers you must have seen in the video that I sent. If you watch the video I sent on our Telegram group, you must have seen a video of our students talking. She's one of them. And today she's enjoying it. I have one of our students that was supposed to come today to talk to us about her experience. She's a banker, but then her job role changed and they put her in marketing. She has never been in marketing, has never done marketing. She hated marketing, but she doesn't want to lose her job. And because she doesn't want to lose her job, sorry, excuse me, let me fix this. And because she doesn't want to lose her job, she took the marketing position and she ran. She was the one that called and said, Dr. Mickey, I want to do public speaking. I said, oh, what is happening? She said, my life depends on it. She joined the program. 2 weeks into the program, she brought the first testimony. She said her boss looked at her and said, what happened? You've changed. She said, how? And the boss said, before you don't used to contribute in meetings. You don't used to say anything. But now you speak. Now you speak out. She's so excited. If not that she's sick, she would have been here today to talk about her experience. She loved it. She began to tell people, this thing is very good. This thing changed my life. My life is much better. Today I can speak. Today I can communicate. And I'm happy when I hear such things. So that could also be your testimony. But you need to get speaking experience. If you have a church, speak in your church. If you are the CEO of a company, speak in front of your workers. Whatever you have to do to expose yourself to more speaking opportunities, please. If you can hear me, wave to the screen. I have some network glitches. Okay, some people can still hear me. Okay, great.
Breaking, the line is breaking.
Yes, I'm fixing that. It's network. We're in Nigeria, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, who is enjoying the class? If you're enjoying the class, please wave to the screen.
I am.
Oh, great.
Excel.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited now. This is beautiful. Thank you. I can see Michael. I can see Joy. I can see Precious. I can see Ebere Carlo. Your face is not showing, but I can see your name. Mrs. Eno, I can see you. Chineye, I can see you. All right. So let's go into the last thing that I talked about. I talked about getting a coach if you can.
I'm saying you can see me.
I don't know who is speaking, so it's hard. We have to continue, please. We have to continue. So I'm going to mute everyone and then we continue with the class. Now, get a coach if you can. And now there are two things you can do. I'm coming to the end, so just stay, please. I'm coming to the end of this lecture. Just stay with me. There is the easy way and there is the hard way. So the easy way is when you decide to do it by yourself, let me give you an example. I want to do it by myself, right? I want to learn it. I'll go on YouTube, I'll go on Google, I'll go to all these places and learn it myself. Now, it is fine. You can learn public speaking by yourself, especially if you have the time and you are constantly practicing and you give yourself enough time. Okay, you have to give yourself enough time, maybe 2 years, and constant practice, you'll get it right at some point. But the problem with that is you will waste your time, you will waste your money, because the amount of money it will require you to consume most of these resources is enormous, right? And then you are getting general knowledge. General knowledge, most of the information you are reading online were written by freelancers. They were not written by people like myself. They were written by people who read other people's blogs and they are talking to you. So that is why most of these guys will give you ridiculous advice. Advice you don't even know whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. So if you don't want to run into any of those problems, you can register with our school. When you register with our school, first you identify with a known institution, right? You have a school, you can say, oh, I learned from this school. I had this lecturer teaching me. I learned from this person. You can also get practical help. By practical help, we mean you can interact with somebody who can look at you and tell you what you should do based on what you want to accomplish. So there are people that want to build their public speaking skill so that they can become motivational speakers. But there are others that just want it for business purpose. They don't want to become career speakers. They just want to improve so that they can sell their businesses or their personal brands. Somebody needs to look at you and give you the best way to go about that. And we have online classes. We also have private classes, both online and offline. We have places in Abuja and Lagos where you can easily join our program. So the question for you tonight is, do you want more practical help to achieve or implement everything that I've talked about? Body language, storytelling, being able to convince people, being able to sell your idea, being able to prepare and deliver a powerful presentation. Do you want to be able to do all of this? If you want to be able to do that, I want to help you. I want to give you the opportunity to join my community called the Power Tribe Community. Now, this is an online community where I provide training on public speaking for 5 months. So I'm saying, give me 5 months and I'll train you online on public speaking, presentation skills, and everything you need to become a great communicator. The Power Tribe is a 5-month training. You will get certificates after completing your programs per month. So that means at the end of 5 months, you have received 5 certificates from our school. You also get exercises to help you practice what you are learning and master it. You will join our group discussion. We have a special group on Telegram where you can join our group discussion and participate in what we are doing online, because I normally give assignments and we have to do it as a group. And sometimes students can help other students, or the facilitators can help students depending on the case. And you also get workbooks. I love to give workbooks so that you can be able to apply. We are not doing this program to bombard you with information. If you want information, you can go to Google. But this program is about your transformation. It's about holding you by the hand and helping you to apply the things that I am teaching you, or I'm going to be teaching you. So the workbooks will help you to apply them by practicing them. And I will also give you some ebooks for free so that you can continue learning and growing. Now, these are the programs that we offer per month. The first month, we do what we call Personal Confidence Masterclass. I will spend 4 weeks with you, and I'll be teaching you how to overcome stage fright and performance anxiety, how to build self-confidence, how to demonstrate, how to use body postures, power body postures. That is the posture of confidence, and how you can use the skill of confidence and a whole lot of other things. At the end of these 4 months, you must have overcome your fear of public speaking. your self-confidence must have been built, and you will know how to carry yourself in your next presentation. That's the first month. On the second month, we are going to talk about how to craft and deliver world-class presentation. Now, in that program, you are basically going to be learning how you can structure your speech, how you can craft a compelling subject matter. And this is very important for those of you who would want to go and speak in programs like TED Talk and other similar programs. And also, if you want to be able to share inspiring ideas in less than 15 minutes and be able to carry your audience along, if you want to improve on your speech delivery and avoid certain public speaking mistakes, on the second month, for 4 whole weeks, I'm going to be working with you on that and helping you to do that practically. Now, the third month, we go into English grammar, English diction, grammar, and elocution. Now we have a special lecturer. We have 2 lecturers that handle the English class, and what they'll be teaching you, there are so many things. In fact, maybe in the Telegram group, I'm going to send you the full curriculum so that you can see. We're going to talk about rules of grammar, correct pronunciations, use of English, oral English, English conversations, understanding the parts of speech, demystifying the rules of Concord, vocabulary building, different concepts and different things on English language and grammar. This is a course that we normally charge 40,000 for just 4 weeks training. But in this program, we're subsidizing it for members of the tribe that are willing to take the journey with me for 5 months. Now, look at this. This is persuasion. For those of you who want to learn how to persuade people to buy your ideas, how to persuade people to buy your products, how to persuade people to change, how to persuade investors, how to motivate people through your speech. This is very exciting. Like, I love this part so much. If you want to learn that, that will be on the 4th month. On the 4th month, we'll take our time. We are not just going to be teaching it, we'll be getting you to do it yourself and see how it works. And you have a community where you can talk to us 24/7. You can ask questions, show us what you're doing. If it is working for you, if it's not working for you, we look at what you did right and what you didn't do right and try to help you to get it right so that you can give us very robust testimonial. On the 5th month, which is the last month, we are going to talk about presentation dynamics. That is when we start talking about storytelling techniques, icebreakers, how to be funny. Now, some people are not funny. That's okay. We have a comedian that is also a facilitator in our academy. And one of the things he's going to be showing you is how you can be funny or a little funny, right? So you can be able to create humor and how to use pauses in public speaking and how to use questions and handle controversial statements in public speaking and different other things. At the end of the 5th month, you will become somebody that when you are speaking, people are admiring you because you are able to weave in some of these professional techniques into your public speaking program. Trust me, this is something that works, especially when you are open-minded and you try the things we'll be teaching you. So this is what you'll be learning on the 5th month. And I know some people will be asking, so what will it cost me? How much is this? Typically, if you have been to our academy, we charge 65,000 Naira for these courses. If you go to our website, what we are charging for the students that enrolled 3 months ago and now, we're charging 25,000 Naira monthly for each of the program, each of the month that you registered. Let me know if there is a question. Okay, I'm coming to your question. Somebody said, what of those of us outside Lagos and Abuja? Those of you outside Lagos and Abuja, I am so sorry. If I have the privilege of coming to your city, we can do it. But right now, the places you can easily find me is Lagos mostly, and then Abuja 2 or 3 times in a month. You see me in Abuja for programs. So people that are not in Lagos and Abuja will find better ways for you to follow up, okay? So for those of you that want to register between today being Friday, between this Friday and Monday morning, you can pay 15,000 naira if you want to register for just 1 month. That means, oh, maybe I'm not sure if this program is good. I'm not certain. I don't want to pay for a long time. Fine. Pay 15,000 naira instead of the 25,000 for 1 month subscription. But if you have seen it,
Please, can you take that again? I didn't hear anything. Please. Please.
okay, please go on mute so that I can continue talking. If you can hear me, wave to the screen. If you can hear me, please wave to the screen. Okay, great.
Please repeat what you said. I didn't hear anything.
Yes, I will. Please watch the slides as well so that at least you can be following. So I said the investment for this program, normally we charge 65,000 naira. Currently, for the students that registered 2 months ago and until now, we're charging 25,000, which you can see on our website. But for people who are registering because they joined this program and you want to register this night or tomorrow morning, you can pay 15,000 if you just want to register for 1 month. Now, what if you want to register for more than 1 month? You want to register for 2 months or 3 months or 5 months because the program is 5 months. Pay 10,000 per month. So that means you have to pay 20,000 for 2 months.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Me now? Can anybody, if you can hear me, wave to the screen, please.
Can't hear you, please.
If you can hear me, wave to the screen. Okay, so
please, it's always breaking when you get to the last point, the point of 10,000 naira per month of.
All right. If you can hear me, wave to the screen.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Remember, you can always send in your question to the Telegram group or chat me up on Telegram in case you didn't get some things for clarity, or chat up with any of the admin as well. So if you are paying for 2 months, that'll be 20,000 instead of 15,000, instead of 30,000. If you're paying for 5 months, that'll be 50,000. And that covers for your training and your certificate. We don't like to charge any extra fees or whatever. So that would be per month subscription. Now, there are some of us in the group who might want to go a lot bigger than that. So we have the Power Tribe Plus. What you get is the whole 5 months training and certificate. You get access to attend 4 physical classes in Lagos and Abuja. Now, our program in Abuja is 65,000 naira for 2 days. Ask anybody that have attended our program in Abuja. For 2 days, we charge 65,000 naira for our physical programs in Abuja. And in Lagos, we have one of our cheapest program in Lagos is 35,000 naira. So if you want to attend any of these classes, if you want to attend any of these classes, and you also want to get live coaching sessions, okay, you want to meet me or some of my facilitators live to look at you, discuss with you, discuss 1 or 2 things regarding your programs apart from the coaching online, or you want to stand in front of our own live audience and speak and practice what we are teaching you, or you want to get assigned to a personal speech assistant. So for people in the Power Tribe Plus, you'll be assigned to a coach that will be helping you. The person will basically be somebody you can reach, because most times I can be very busy. And so you might not be able to reach me as quickly as possible. You can talk to your coach. Your coach will help you. If your coach is unable to help you, I will come in. I can even talk to other coaches. All right. So you get a speech coach or speech assistant whose job is to help you, to support you, to provide you with feedbacks and everything you will need to do to get better in your program. The investment for this is 90,000 Naira. That is for people who want Power Tribe Plus. You want to have all these experiences in one, then the investment is 90,000 Naira. Now, some people will say, will this work for me? The answer is yes. The only reason this will not work for you is if you are not willing to participate or if you are not paying attention to what we are doing. But if you are willing to participate and you are paying attention and you are doing everything we ask you to do, there is no how you will not get the results that we promised you. Again, I want you to remember that the difference between online Zoom classes particularly and physical classes is very small, because on Zoom you can see my face, I can see your face. You can ask me real life questions and I can tell you real life stuff. So you can see my slides and you can also have access to my slides. Again, when there are network issues like we are seeing right now, you will be given a link through which you can watch the classes again. So you will be able to rewatch the classes if you are unable to attend the classes for one reason or the other. And then you still get to participate in the group for clarity. Maybe you want me to explain something, or you want me to be able to apply something to your own context or to your own lifestyle. That is something we do in the special group. Now, this group is not the general group where everybody is. This one is a special group. You can also ask questions in real time. You can also ask questions in real time because it is a Zoom program. Now, take note of the details on the screen. You might just screenshot them. Keep them with you because you will need them. You can write them out. That is where you pay to. This is the company's account. This is the school's account. You pay into our accounts and you let me know how many months you paid for, whether you paid for 3 months or you paid for the 5 months, or you are going for the Power Tribe Plus. All training we hold on Zoom and conversation we hold on Telegram. If you paid for 2 months, and the next month you did not pay, you'll be removed from the group because every month has a special focus and different training and different programs. So you cannot be there if you did not register for that program. So at this juncture, I would like to take some questions. Please take note of the account details on the screen while you send me your questions through the chats, so that I can attend to them briefly, and we call it a day for this night. I hope we enjoyed the class. If you enjoyed the class, wave to the screen. Let me see. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to take questions.
Thank you very much for the beautiful presentation.
Okay.
Peradventure, I don't want the first, I don't want the second month, I want the third month. What do I do? Do I wait till the 3rd month to pay, or how do I get to attend the training for the 3rd month? Because that is exactly what I want. Can I choose my package, please? Thank you.
Yes, you can choose your package. However, when you choose your package, it becomes a private session. It is no longer the group program. It is no longer the community program. The English program, private session, is 40,000 a month. So you can still register for that and pay the 40,000 and have the person attend to you. But the price we are giving is for those who want to register for the group session. Okay.
Okay, my question is this.
Okay.
I'll do everything somewhere, but I really want to commend your efforts, sir. You've done so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so sir, I want to know how a public speaker can command words. How to gain ability to command words, because sometimes when you are talking you get short of words, and it kicks you off your foot. So I don't really know how a public speaker would gain an ability to command words.
There are 3 things you need to do. Number 1 is to read a lot. You need to read a lot. Okay, you need to read a lot. As a speaker, you don't wait till you have appointments before you read. Please put your phones on mute so that you won't be interrupting us, please. Now, read a lot of books, read a lot of things. Great public speakers are usually people who read a lot. Name any public speaker that is doing well. I will show you somebody that has the habit of reading extensively. So read. Secondly, learn new words every day. If you are still a beginner, you might be learning 2 new words every day. It is very important that you learn 2 new words every day. Don't just read it, but use it as well. Then there is a course on fluency. There's a program, a small program or a short program on fluency, English fluency. So you might need to also participate in fluency courses or in fluency programs. They are brief courses that we also provide to some of our clients and students. You need to participate in that program. It will help you, but you need to read wide and you need to learn new words every day. The fluency program will challenge you to speak in certain ways and get used to speaking so that you can break the pattern. I have a client that I'm currently working with on his fluency, and he is making improvements. He's not fluent. He talks very slowly, very quietly, and so far he's making improvements. So it will still take a little while, but eventually we'll get there. All right. So these are the 3 things I'll recommend for you.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
You're just super good.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes. So if you have questions, I'd like to take it. Any other person have questions? Power Tribe and Power Tribe Plus. So people who can
hello, sir. I have a question. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Before you,
this is Samuel.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry to call you. This is Samuel. I've been enjoying your lecture super.
Thank you, Samuel.
I just want to really commend your effort. So I want to talk about this aspect. There are some times that probably you want to talk about a particular point, but you just have to, maybe you have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
You have to digress to many things before coming back. Maybe like I've seen it, happen to people like adults generally. You understand?
Yes.
Like I've lived with an old man very well. So how do you try to cope that, or how can you, correct that kind of person? That's my question. Thank you.
Yes, I have worked with people that do that. So some people, they start talking about something and then they don't even know when they enter into another thing, and then they dabble into another thing, and then they jump into another thing. There are many ways you can solve it, okay? But one of those ways, number 1 is to always make sure that you have a structure for your presentation. Make sure that you have a structure for your presentation. There was a time I studied so much that I knew so many things that sometimes when I open my mouth, I can move from one thing to another thing, unnecessary thing, and then necessary ones, beating around the bush and all of that. One of the things that helped me was I had a structure. Now, when you have a structure, you know what you're going to say first, you know what you're going to say second, and you know what you're going to say third. So there is no more beating about the bush because you know what you are going to say and where you are heading to. Now that will require some level of discipline on your own part. That is what your coach will do. Your coach will help you to stay to the structure. That is one. So once you do that, the next thing is to start speaking in front of people and let your coach watch you. So when I observe people, I can tell better why they do what they do. Okay, I need to look at the individual during their presentations and know There are people that have absent-mindedness. They are talking, but their mind is not in what they are saying. They are talking, but their mind is somewhere else. So when I deal with such clients, we recommend meditation for them to have a sense of presence, a sense of presence. You need to be present. You need to be mindful of the fact that you are here and now. You can't be here and you are thinking about something else, or you're allowing your mind to wander into something else. So these are some of the disciplines we recommend. When therapy is needed, we send you some things for you to listen and use it to always bring yourself in the present. All right, so that's what I would recommend. Now, let me take some questions I see here. Somebody said,
hello,
so
sir.
Sorry, let me take some
hello.
questions here. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, somebody says, so the 5-month classes is going to be on Zoom. Yes, all our classes are going to be on Zoom. Conversation or discussion is going to be on Telegram. We can be discussing for the whole day if we want. We can discuss for every day if we want. But the classes hold on Saturdays by 6 p.m. every week. Saturdays by 6 p.m. Sometimes it can go for 2 hours or more. So you have to be ready for it. It can go for 2 hours or more. It can be less depending on what we are discussing. But you just have to prepare yourself for at least 2 hours. Another question, please, I need clarification here. The Power Tribe and Power Tribe Plus are online. Please, who can go for the Power Tribe Plus? If you are somebody that wants a practical experience, you don't just want to learn in the Zoom, you want us to give you opportunity to practice in our school in Lagos or in Abuja. Those are the two we can guarantee for now. In Lagos or in Abuja, you want to come and have a physical experience of our school, apart from the online training, then you go to Power Tribe Plus, the 90,000 program. But if you are somebody that you are okay with the online training, or maybe you just want to get the online training and then later have a physical experience, or maybe you already have a church or a school where you can get the physical experience, fine. You can register for just the normal Power Tribe program, which is just 50,000 for 5 days, for 5 months. All right, I can take your questions now.
Now, thank you very much, sir.
Is that Mr. Adesanya?
Hello.
Yes.
No, that's Jit Guns.
Okay,
Additional.
Additional. Okay, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. The question I want to ask, some of us are teachers. You know that school is closed now. I don't know the time we want to start this Power Tribe program.
Community. Yeah.
I wish to do the 5 months. Yes, I wish to do the 5 months. But can I talk to you privately about the thing?
What are you concerned about? Is it the